Maya, could you jump in for a minute? I mean, you wrote, well, you literally wrote the book on reconciliation, but I wonder if you think that this particular moment offers some possibility for having those conversations. During the Arab Spring, whenever there were protests and somebody, for example, would raise the pride flag, for example. People would say, well, this is not the time to talk about this particular thing right now. Like, what we want is democracy first, and then we can talk about all those other progressive ideas. And so do you think that the moment offers that kind of possibility, or are we too far gone in the direction of this status quo is serving the Jewish citizens of Israel, but not the Palestinians, and so it's not that's not really on the table? Or, I mean, are you seeing any kind of discussion towards this particular issue?
Thank you. I want to agree with everything Rami said. I attend every demonstration from the beginning. I attend every demonstration from the beginning. And there's one street block in which all the organizations that are fighting against occupation are standing with Palestinian flags. And many times we get responses like, it's not the time. And not because it's not the time, but because we don't want to alienate the right-wing demonstrators. So I agree with everything you said. And the dream is that Israeli Jews and Palestinians will be able to demonstrate together. I am at times optimistic, and I will tell you why. One of the things that have been going on, it's quite amazing, the demonstrations. I mean, I'm taking everything you said, but the amount of Israelis hitting the streets every week, the Canadian equivalent would be over 2 million Canadians hitting the streets every week. It's quite astonishing. But there's another thing that's very, very interesting, and that is the discourse. People are talking about democracy, and this is something that never happened between Israelis. So people are discussing what democracy is. What does it mean that the majority gets to make the decisions, and what is the responsibility of the majority towards minorities, and what is a separation of power, and what is a balance of power balance? And my hope, it's actually a dream, je rêve, is that out of this discourse, Israelis will, maybe the blind spot that most Israelis have, will become smaller, because Israelis need to understand that a democracy that is not inclusive towards the Palestinians is not really a democracy. And that a country that holds another nation under occupation for so many years is not really a democracy. So you're asking about some hope. This is my hope, that people talking about democracy will understand that you want to be democracy, you have to go all the way. So this is my hope. And at times I feel it, and I feel people understanding, and we'll have to see. It's a touch and go, because if the opposition to this coup will not succeed, there will be no Israel as we know it, and many of us, Israeli Jews and Palestinians, will not be able to live there anymore. So I'm hopeful that we are not only successful in stopping this coup, but also able to take this understanding of what democracy is a few steps forward, and creating a society, a democracy that is inclusive to its Palestinian minority.